everyone, thanks for stopping by again. Second upload of today because I was a little bit late. So this is actually day 7's look, which marks a week since I started my Halloween series. So I've just done this nice sort of purple, glam, half sugar skull, so it's like normal, strange, normal, strange. So yeah, this has actually turned out really well. I'm loving my sparkly pink eye here. I didn't think it would turn out as good because I've never actually done a sugar skull before. I will say the eye could be better, but for a first attempt it's actually really good and I'm really pleased with it. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you've had some inspiration from this look. I really like this one. As always, the products I've used are very affordable. Face paint, Makeup Revolution, that's about it. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed it and I'll see you again tomorrow for day 8. Have a nice evening, guys. Bye! So as normal, guys, I have prepped my face with my primer on my eyes and my face. I'm using my Patricia Bright palette, going in with this dark bright purple, dark bright if that makes sense. And I'm just going into the crease of both my eyes with this. You're going to see I will wing it out quite a bit just to make it a little bit more sort of sassy and dramatic. And I'm just keeping the brush moving along the crease so that there's not any fallout and that none of it gets stuck in my lines, which is the last thing we want for this look. And moving on to this side, we're doing the exact same, only you will notice as we go along, it's not going to be quite as neat as the other eye, and you'll see why later on in the video. But again, we're just keeping the brush moving back and forth, keeping the powder moving with it, so it's not just sitting still and falling underneath your eye. So as you can see already, I am stretching up a little bit higher, and you're probably wondering why that is, but you'll see soon. That's all I'm saying. Can we also just acknowledge how nice this purple is? Like, I wouldn't be one for bright colours, but I really love how deep and how rich this purple is. It's just something a bit different. And I'm bringing it underneath the lower lash line as well, just adding a little bit of a smoky effect to it, and it just completes the whole look. Next I'm going in with this lilac colour, and I'm just going to apply this to the lids of my eyes. As you can see, it is a bit of a highlighted shimmery shade, and it just breaks up the deep purple quite nicely. Now as you see, I am going back in on my eye with the deep purple, and yeah, I'm really going in with it this time and bringing it right up to my eyebrows. You're probably wondering, what in God's name am I doing that for? But this is the sugar skull look that we're going for today. So obviously we want to be making a hollowed out eye socket type shape. And as you can see, I am just moving the brush back and forth, keeping it creeping up the eyelid, up towards the brow bone, and just darkening it as I go. I'm bringing it more in a more circular shape rather than a cat eye shape as opposed to the other eye as well. As you can see, it is a bit strange. But I am just continuing to blend my normal eye, if that makes sense. And then at this stage, it's time to separate the face. So I am just taking my liquid liner and I am drawing a line down the middle of my face with a very steady hand, but we are wanting it to be a little bit wiggly just to kind of give it that sort of broken look to it, so don't worry if it seems to be a bit wobbly. I'm doing that intentionally. And on my human eye, if I can call it that, I am going in with the liquid liner on the top lid and doing a little sort of cat flick just to kind of differentiate between the two and just to highlight that this side is to be the more glamorous side of it and the more human rather than the skull. So just taking my time with slow steady strokes along my upper lashes and not getting it caught in any creases, which is good. Next, I'm taking my False Lash Mascara from Maybelline and I'm going to be applying this on both eyes. So first of all, I'm just giving the normal eye a kind of a curled effect before going in with my Primed and Ready face primer to do the base. So on this side of the face, I rhymed, I will just be doing a normal foundation, and the foundation I'll be using is a matte base from Makeup Revolution. It's full coverage, and you're just going to blend it into your face in circular motions with a kabuki brush and bringing it over the lips as well. It doesn't matter if you touch the black line, we're wanting it to look slightly smudgy in a little while anyway, but you just want to make sure you've got a nice base. And then we're going in with some contour just to define the shape of this side of my face. I'm going in with a kind of medium brown and just going in around my cheekbones and my temples, and this just adds a little bit definition. And as I mentioned, this side of my face is to be the more human, glamorous side, so you can contour as much or as little as you like. You can see here I'm going over it a couple of times just to really define my bone structure, and whenever you see what I'm going to do on the other side, it will just really, make the two sides look completely different, which is good. So just giving a little pout just to find the proper shape that I want to achieve, and I'm just applying the contour with a fluffy brush. After that, I decided I want to add a little bit of a glow to my face, so I'm using the NYX Baked Bronzer, and as you see, it's a nice sort of tan colour, so this is really going to give my skin a nice colour. Next is a difficult part, so with my other eye, that is the hollowed out skeletal eye, I am now going around that with my liquid liner. It has been a bit of a task, as you see, but this is just going to be really defining it and really making it look that little bit more special. So I would say my advice is to take your time. There's absolutely no rush. You want to put your base on afterwards, and I'm just using a very basic white liquid face paint that I got in Tesco. So you're going to take that and a damp beauty blender, and you're just going to pat it on to your face until you've got your desired consistency. I want to be quite pale, so I can see the good difference between the other side of my face, and you just want to pat it in circular motions until you get what you want. As you can see here, it's starting to take shape. Next, I am using the liquid liner to draw on some little, I'm going to say little petal type shapes around my eye. This part I found quite difficult, and I know it wasn't even, but it's my first go at doing this, so it's just practice makes perfect I think here. So I'm just taking my time and filling it in, and whenever I'm finished, I'll have little petals all around my eye. So this is the finished eye look so far. It hasn't turned out too badly, and I've added some little dots as well just for a little bit of cuteness. I'm next going into the Namaste palette from Makeup Revolution and going into this majestic sparkly pink just to pack onto my lid of my skeletal eye just to make it a little bit more fancy. And add a bit of shimmer. As you can hear, I still have a bit of a cold, so it's just looking really, really good. Catches the light lovely, and it just breaks up the dark purple. I have to be honest, this is so far one of my favourite looks I've done. I mean, just look at that pink, it's amazing. Next, I am going to draw on my nose. So again, using my liquid eyeliner, I'm definitely going to need to get a new liquid liner after this. And you kind of want to draw like a bulb type shape, like a bulb of a plant, rather than the two nostrils that a skeleton normally has, just to give it that sugar skull look. And I'm just filling it in with the liquid liner, as I said, and I really pity the end of my liner because it's taken a beating. I'm also then abusing my liquid liner once more, and I am drawing around my lips, and as you can see I will be flicking them out slightly and using the liner to then draw the skull mouth upwards up my cheek. But before I do that, I'm just applying a nice sort of plum lipstick colour on the other side of my human face, and this is just again adding to the contrast. So as you see, it's looking really good so far, but now I'm going to just start drawing on the skull mouth with the liner, of course. Taking my time, you want to do one steady line, and then I'm going to go in and smudge over this with just a black eyeshadow. Once it's smudged, I'm going in with, again, you guessed it, my eyeliner, and I am drawing on the little stitches or the little teeth, I think. I'm not entirely sure what it is, and just doing it slowly and trying to keep the lines as even as possible, and just taking it along and giving it a little fan to let it dry before I smoke it out. I'm then taking the purple that we used on our eyes and bringing it down our centre line just to really smoke out the line and make it look less solid as well, and obviously to add a little bit of colour too. So once I'm finished that, I'm then going to draw on a little chin piece again with my liner. My Pure liquid liner is going to be for the bin. And again, it's like a bulb shape, so similar to the nose, and you're just filling that in and colouring it in. So this part, it was optional. You don't have to do it, but it just kind of finishes it off quite nicely. And here, as you can see, I've got that purple colour, and I'm just smudging it along the skeletal mouth line just to kind of make it smoky to match the rest of the look. And again, I'm just bringing it down on a flat-headed brush down the little stitches or the teeth marks. But this, as I say, has been my first attempt at a sugar skull. It took me about an hour and a half to do. It'll probably take you the same amount if you've never done one yourself. But it's really enjoyable and it looks really good in the end, so it's definitely worth the wait. But thanks for stopping by my channel, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 8. Bye!